Hello, all benders and non-benders, and welcome back to Avatar Generations. Today, we are going to be doing an overview of the brand new Arena mode. Now, I have done a little bit of playing around with this, didn't want to miss out on a day if I could help it. It kind of went back and forth out of maintenance for a while, but now it is operational, and we have got some cool stuff to take a look at. Now, there's a few things here that are going on. Every day, you're going to get 5 of these tickets. I have 4 from a quest that I completed from the Earth Rumble event, which also gives arena tickets. You'll get 5 of them per day normally, although you can get more from events and some dailies and other things. And you use these tickets to do your battles. Now, we're first going to look at the attack side of things here. You have 3 teams that you can fight here. Once you clear all 3 of these teams, it brings out another 3 for you. You can hit this refresher button, but it does give you this warning that if you do refresh, you won't receive the reward for clearing the list. When it says reward for clearing the list, I'm a little unclear on that one. I'm not sure if maybe that pops up in later tiers. I haven't noticed a reward for clearing the whole list, but you do get a reward for each opponent that you battle. I also noticed that this refresh does charge up. I'm not sure what happens when it hits full, but I guess we will find out eventually. A few things to bring attention to here. If you click down on this little rank symbol here, it will bring up some stats for you. First of all, we want to take a look at the main arena rankings. This is the reward system that will give you all the goodies at the end of each week. As you progress through battles and as you win battles, you will increase your rank. As you can see, I have gotten up to Apprentice 5 so far. If I stay on this particular rank, at the end of the week, which you do see a little countdown here, at the end of the week, I would get 30 of the arena coins. Now, of course, as you get past that, you can start getting nature stones, you start getting more arena coins, and as we will see very soon, the arena coins are very important. They have some truly fantastic rewards that you can buy with those coins. And then you just kind of keep climbing here. Keep in mind, though, that if you do lose a fight or if somebody challenges you, that can reduce your ranking. I don't know how hard they have to hit you to actually make you reduce a rank. I don't know if it's like they lose and it just reduces you, or if it's on a weekly basis that you could drop in rank. We will see as we go. We're going to be kind of learning about this together. But then, of course, you go through all the top ranks. I imagine that these are going to be for definitely high level, high investment players who have a very firm grasp of the meta of the game. I'm certainly not there yet, but like I said, we will be learning about it together. And with that said, it's going to take a while for anybody to reach this point. Speaking of the other players in the game, we can actually go to the ranking page, and this will show the leaderboard. These are the other players of the game that are currently the highest rank. I don't know if this is global or if it's on a server basis. I imagine it's on a server basis, but yeah, so this is what we've got rocking here. Now, if we look at where I am nowhere near that at a rank 1,334, but hey, we're working on that. And interestingly enough, you can actually see the data from last week as well. So hey, if you're really good at the game, if you do have a pretty successful week, who knows, you might be able to get your name up here. And you know what? Always fun for bragging rights. Never a bad thing at all. And then if we go to stats here, you actually do get to take a look at your own personal statistics. It'll show your rank. It will show the amount of points you're currently at, what tier you are, how many attacks you've done successfully and how many defenses. As you've noticed, my defense has suffered a little bit. I'm actually 0 for 3, but I have won all of my attacks so far. So we're going to be kind of learning. The defense, of course, is controlled by the AI, and we will get to the defense in just a second here. But for now, we're going to focus on the shop and then actually get into some combat here. Now, if we take a look at the shop, there's 2 main pages, both of which have very appealing loot. The first one here is the featured page. This one actually does have a new 4-star variant of Sokka, who seems to have some turn bar and empowers Water Tribe and Rebel factions, which is pretty interesting. And then we do have this relic, the Tangle Mine relic, to do some defense debuffs on the enemy. These cost a lot of arena coins, and you'll see, at least in the early tiers, arena coins don't exactly grow on trees. If we continue looking here, we actually do have a new art set here based on HP, and with the 6-piece set actually granting some max HP to all allies at the beginning of the turn, or excuse me, beginning of the battle temporarily. So kind of an early game survival thing. But what I really want to point out here is this resources page. This page has the good stuff. And there's 3 specific things I want to call attention to. The first thing is that it actually does have 5 event summon tickets per week. I've actually already purchased them because very soon I'll be doing some Zhong summons. But every week, and like I said, week, and I emphasize that because some things are going to be on a much more restrictive timer. Every week, you can get 5 event summon tickets. So if you go back to my Nature Stone guide, you can add another 5 event tickets to that number I gave before, increasing the total of free-to-play tickets you can get each week to, I think, an even 20, if my quick math is correct. However, there's 2 more things I'd like to bring up. First of all, these Peace Chaos Summon tickets. You can actually get 10 of these a month. Not as many as you can get from the regular event summon tickets, but the Peace Chaos tickets are extremely premium. You do not want to miss out on these if you can at all help it. And then the very last item that they offer all the way at the end here is a skill level token, 1 per month for a staggeringly high 3,000 arena coins. You're probably only going to get this if you have done really well and you've got yourself at a very high rank. But hey, you never know. Once you do get up to that high level, maybe you will be able to pick up a few of these and crank up your 5-star characters. Now, looking at the attack side of things, we are going to get into a battle here. We're actually going to show off some gameplay just for the fun of it. You'll notice the rewards here are kind of based on the tier of your opponent. Starting out, at least in my experience, there were a fair number of just developer-made bot players with low-level heroes, so even new players can kind of get introduced to this and start getting resources. But we have started to get into some actual people here. Nothing that's going to challenge me just yet, but we will get into a challenge in just a second here. But we are just going to go into battle here. This is kind of the team I'm running with just on the attack side at the moment. Nothing crazy as far as like meta and synergy goes. That's going to be a bit of a learning phase, but we're just going to get into it here. The nice thing is, like I said, you're only fighting AI and there's not anything unusual about the battle. You're just fighting teams that other people have created. For some reason, we got Toph and Darkness over here. Always interesting. Gotta love little graphical bugs, courtesy of BlueStacks, but that is okay. So we're just going to kind of mow through this team here. It is not going to be any kind of a noteworthy challenge, but that is okay. Like I said, we will be getting into the challenging side of things very, very soon. So we're just going to chew you up. And then it is Sokka against the world over here. We're just going to do a combo. Slam and jam on this guy. No problem at all. So, easy clear. And you will notice that we get some rank up points and we get the arena coins. So we've got a little bit of progress here. So we're up to 512 now, and you will even see this did hit their stat just a little bit. So that is something to keep in mind. If you're being attacked and you will lose some of those points. Just kind of important to keep in mind there. As we learn the arena mode, we'll kind of figure out what a meta defense looks like. Now, speaking of defense, there is kind of a neat little feature here that I didn't know about until just recently, where you can actually rematch the people who defeat your team, which is actually a pretty neat little feature that I did not know about until now. You'll kind of notice here, these teams are a little more beefy. So I kind of do want to get a little gutsy here, and I want to challenge Lauren here and see what he can bring to bear. Or perhaps not. You know what? He hasn't set a defense. So that's interesting. That basically means that I could fight him easily. Oh, I'm on the attack page. I was very confused there for a second. Because he hasn't set a defense, I could counterattack him very easily and get the points for doing that. He's at a high rank, but he has no defense set. So let's look at Mikey Joe here and see if he's got something set. Okay, now we're talking. Now we are talking. Now this is a fairly intimidating team. We do, of course, have the Suki. We do have the 5-star variant of Toph, who is very strong. Zuko, of course, is a heavy hitter, and then this version of Aang is no slacker. So we're going to get into it. This could require a little more thought, but I think in terms of power level, I think we do still have them pretty outgunned. So we're just going to get into this and see what happens. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and go after the Aang, because of course he's going to go Avatar State on me. And we don't like that. So we actually did get him into the Avatar State on turn 1 here. Ooh, that hurt. That really hurt, but the clutch counter takes him down. That worked out. Oh my goodness. Okay, we might not win this because that hurt. That hurt a lot. See, this is kind of what I'm talking about here, is we're going to have to learn what actually works, because that hurt. That hurt a lot. Oh my gosh. So you can kind of see how this game can get challenging. That dude just slammed and jammed all over me. So that was a very good example of what happens when something sneaks up on you. Now, if we take a look here, I'm kind of curious. Oh, dang it. I was hoping we could take a look at that longer, because you can actually look at their stats and kind of see what they've got going on. But I did take a little bit of a hit to my ranking there. That guy, that's what can happen. So, yeah, maybe I should not have picked that fight quite so promptly. But that's actually a pretty good example of what can happen. Now, nice thing is here, you do actually regenerate your tickets. I didn't actually realize it regenerates that fast. It's kind of like energy, where you will get them back after, if I were to take a guess, probably 6-7 minutes. But yeah, so that is the game mode. That kind of what happens when you do get a victory or a defeat. You can see here, I kind of hit my win ratio a little bit. Was not expecting to get clowned on by Airbender Aang quite like that. I am highly impressed and intimidated by that. So yeah, that kind of shows what we've got to work with here. We will very much be learning this together. The meta, of course, will have some learning curve to it. I do very much want to revisit this mode on a regular basis in my videos to kind of try and get a feel for what the meta is. Y'all might want to remember that Airbender Aang can do that, because he might save your butt in some of your own teams. So yeah, hope you all have enjoyed this arena overview. I am very excited to see how it goes from here, and hope you all have enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like and leave a subscribe. Would very much appreciate it, and lets me know the content that you all are enjoying. So yeah, thank y'all for watching this video. Have a good one.